Hi everybody, Dugroz here with Dugroz Reports. Welcome to another driving and philosophizing video. You know, I've been thinking about a name for this particular video series where I drive in the car and just talk about credit cards, rewards, travel, that kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, you know, at the end of every one of my videos, I say, may your spending be frugal and may your points be plenteous. So how about the name Frugal Points? I realize it's not the most exciting, but Frugal Points is a play on word. Get it? It's a word that can mean points like credit card points, or points like that's a good point. Okay, maybe a little corny, but I might roll with it. We'll see. Today I'm going to be telling you about credit card annual fee hunting season. And here's what I mean by that. Every year about this time of year, it seems like a lot of my annual fee credit cards renew between, say, January and May 1st of each year. And you know, if you've been following my channel for a few months, that I'm seeking to pare things down and simplify my overall credit card setup. Coming into this adventure, this point, beginning of this year, I had 31 credit cards open in my name, and I just don't want to manage all that. So some I'm in a sock drawer, and some I'm going to just straight up cancel. So that's what we're going to talk about, the cancellations that I've done recently and how I'm doing paring things down. So it's not just hunting for annual fee cards, it could be no annual fee cards as well. Going to stop at a Casey's, and then I'll be right back. So I'm going to try to do this video while enjoying my Casey's breakfast pizza while I'm driving to church. We'll see how this goes. So again, let's review the cards that I have canceled in the first 4 months of this year, 2023. First up, I canceled 2 business credit cards, and I did a separate video on that topic, and I'll put a link somewhere on the screen or in the comments below to that. I won't go into a lot of detail, but I canceled the American Express Business Green card. I just had no value out of it beyond a targeted offer in the first year and some referral bonuses. And then the second one was a Chase Inc. Business Unlimited, which I know it's a no annual fee card, and it's a perfectly good card. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just didn't have any value for me personally because it was a duplicate. I had another Chase Inc. Business Unlimited, and I didn't see any value in having more than one of them once I had got the sign-up bonus and made it beyond the first year. I'm going to go through this list with a little bit of an assumption that you know what these credit cards do. I'm not going to review details of the cards other than maybe a little bit of the spirit of why I canceled them as we go. So if you don't understand any of these cards, feel free to ask questions about what they do or why I canceled them in the comments below. I'll try my best to respond to each individual comment. The first card on the chopping block was my wife's American Express Platinum card, and this was the Consumer Platinum, also known as the Vanilla. It came up for a new annual fee towards the beginning of the year. I think it was in February. Before deciding on cancellation, I made sure to use the Saks Fifth Avenue credit for the semester. I also used the $200 or very close to $200 in airline incidental fee credit by making some under $100 bookings on Southwest. The great thing about Southwest is it'll trigger the credit if it's under about $100, and if you cancel that flight, you get to keep your Southwest credits, or it's like a flight credit, or Southwest cash kind of. Just make sure to choose either the cheapest fare, which I believe is called Wanna Get Away, or the second cheapest, which is called Wanna Get Away Plus. I choose the second cheapest because I can use it, but I can also transfer it to another person, whereas the cheapest can only be used for you personally for future flights. So I didn't want to have to go through another year. She had gone through 2 years of the American Express Platinum. We got a retention offer, which was good enough to keep it around a second year. In my mind, I was thinking, okay, usually they'll give you 2 retention offers. This might be my last chance. If they give a retention offer of 60,000 points or more, or $600 or more, we'll keep it another year and deal with it. But if it's only 30,000 or 40,000, that's not enough. So with that in mind, I called up, or no, I did it on chat. I chatted with the representative, and they didn't offer me any retention offer at all. I should say they didn't offer my wife. I know, I was logged into her account doing the chatting. So with no retention offer, bang, bye-bye American Express Platinum. I'm not playing the coupon game book another year. I'm not paying another $695. So that one is off the books. Next up was my wife's American Express Gold card, and this one I called in with my wife. We tried to record it. Sorry, there was a technical error, so I wasn't able to save that recording. They did give us a retention offer, which was spend a certain amount within 3 months, and I'm sorry, I don't remember what the certain amount was, and we'll give you 20,000 Amex points. I was probably going to keep it anyway, but that sealed the deal for me. We actually get a lot of use out of the Amex Gold card that's in her name. My mom and dad are both authorized users on that. They've gotten 2,000 points in the past for becoming an authorized user, or we have, for them becoming an authorized user. Hey, we're not pointing at the sun anymore. So that was worth doing. It wasn't hard to spend. I think it was spend $2,000 in 3 months, get 20,000 points. That helped offset the almost $300 annual fee. Also, there was an offer going for a while. I'm not sure if it is or not. If there is, I'll put a link down in a pinned comment for a referral bonus where, in addition to the points, I would also get +5 on groceries for 3 months. The card normally gives +4 on groceries, so right now we're earning 9 American Express MR points per dollar on grocery store spend. Gold card, ding, still on the list. The next card on the potential chopping block was the Amazon Prime Visa issued by Chase. Now, I don't want to go into a lot of detail. This is a perfectly good card. I've had it for over 3.5 years, served me well. For most people, keeping this card and getting 5% back on Amazon makes sense. But I have so many other ways to do better on Amazon. I'm constantly either buying gift cards, like right now, I'm getting 9X. I wouldn't go hog wild with that. My personal rule is I don't buy more than in the low hundreds of gift cards on an Amex, maybe 1 to 200 max in any given day. But small amounts mixed in with my groceries, I don't think is a big deal. Not during the sign-up bonus, but during just normal spending. So I'd rather have 9 membership reward points per dollar than 5% cash back. Sometimes Chase will make an offer. I'd rather have 5 Chase points per dollar than 5% cash back. So I was very rarely actually using the Amazon card. I did a separate video, and I'll put a link up to that if you want to know my rationale for why I ended up thinking about canceling. So I called up Chase, and the first question I asked is, can I product change my Amazon Prime Visa to a different card? I was thinking about opening the Aeroplan Air Canada card, because between now and the end of this year, 2023, you can do pay yourself back on travel with that card up to 1.25 cents per point, or at 1.25 cents per point. But when I asked the representative, can I do a product change to anything, she said no, because it's a special co-branded card, and just their agreement with Amazon is no. You either keep it or cancel it. Those are the only options. So I canceled it. Bang. Bye-bye Amazon Prime Visa. That's another card out of my rotation. Next up is the US Bank Altitude Reserve. This is one of my favorite cards and has been since I got it. I think this is my third annual renewal, because I did a video where I listed my first 2 retention offer calls. This was my third. Data points have shown that usually if you just ask, they'll offer a retention bonus, or they call it a customer loyalty bonus, between 5,000 and 10,000 points. Now, in their portal or with their real-time rewards, that would end up being the equivalent of $75. The card has a $400 annual fee, and as long as you can get 5,000 points, which equates to $75, you get $75 off that $400. They also give a travel or dining credit, which is very easy to use, of $325. So as long as I can get a retention offer of at least 5,000 points every year, the card is break even, or the card is functionally on a net basis, no annual fee. Now this one I did record, so we'll go ahead and briefly roll that tape. I had my annual renewal come up earlier this month, and I'm trying to decide if I want to keep the card another year or cancel it. Are there any bonuses or retention offers that can help me make that decision?
See if we have anything going on here. There we are. And if you're willing to keep the card, we can add 5,000 bonus points worth $50 to the account.
On the spirit of it, can't hurt to ask, are there any other retention offers?
That's the only promotion we have.
You said 5,000 points?
Yes, worth $50.
Okay. Yes, I'll accept that.
Wonderful. And if you go on our website or access to online banking, you would see that apply next month.
All right, we're back from rolling the tape. And yes, 5,000 point retention offer. Kind of the minimum I would expect, but data points show that tends to be the case unless you have fairly high spending. So, ding, keeping the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve for another year. So then bringing up the rear, we have the Hilton Business card, which is issued by American Express. This one I had the $95 fee come due recently. So I did an online chat with American Express. Last year they offered me a $100 statement credit, which more than offset the annual fee. I didn't even have to do anything to earn it. They just gave it to me as a courtesy. This year, though, they offered me nothing. So I went ahead and canceled the card. I thought about it for a while, but I don't do enough paid activity at Hilton to make this worthwhile. And I don't stay at Hilton enough to make it worthwhile, although I do some. But the other consideration is I now have the Amex Business Platinum card, which gives automatic Hilton Gold status. So I don't even need the status on that card anymore, and the earnings just aren't there in sufficient quantity to justify the $95 annual fee. So that one's canceled. Bang, another card down. So, thinking ahead of what I might do next, just consideration. The Capital One Venture X card hit its first year anniversary just recently, and I might call and try for a retention offer there. I haven't seen any data points of Capital One giving retention offers on the Venture X. And to a degree I can't blame them, because with the statement credit that you get towards travel in their portal, paid travel in their portal, plus the automatic renewal points you get every year, it ends up being effectively, on a net basis, a fee-free card. Yes, you could have a debate about whether you should value the portal credits at full value or not, and that's a legitimate argument, but I'm not going to get into that right now. So I'm not expecting a retention offer, but I might as well try. I know there's an argument to be had for keeping the Altitude Reserve and the Venture X at the same time. They do kind of act in the same space. However, I do think I can justify keeping both cards. The Venture X gives unlimited priority pass access, whereas the Altitude Reserve only gives 4 visits. The Capital One Venture X gives unlimited lounge visits, but not restaurants. And the Altitude Reserve does have restaurants, even though it's only those 4. So we'll see. Maybe next year or sometime in the next 12 months I'll do a further breakdown of the comparison of those two cards and whether you can justify having both. Since net they're both fee-free, I don't think I'll cancel either, but time will tell. The other card that is on the chopping block for consideration is my Discover card. It's called a Discover More card because it came out before they had the Discover It, but it does the exact same thing. Functionally, I would never sign up for this card new. Yes, I know you can get quarterly up to $75 per quarter if you max out those rotating categories, but $75 on $1,500 of very targeted spend just doesn't excite me enough. Having said that, it is my second oldest credit card. I kind of want to just clean the palette and get rid of Discover, get rid of my Discover Identity Theft Protection, which I just recently canceled, get rid of my Discover savings account, and just have nothing with Discover. It's just one less issuer to deal with. I haven't quite decided on that one yet, but I may. But if we wrap up the action I discussed here today, taking stock of my cards, shooting down some cards, we've removed Players 2's Amex Platinum, we removed the Amazon Prime Visa, and we removed the Hilton Business card. So from 31 down to 28. Please put a comment down below and let me know if you like this type of video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done that, and please click the thumbs up button. And as always, may your spending be frugal, and may your points be plenteous. Thanks for watching.